Hello everyone, welcome and thank you for joining me. This is Lee with Lee's Trees, and today we're just going to do a quick trim and prune on our big Portulacaria afra, the big jade. This is the front of the tree. To the right side, to the back, to the left side, and back to the front. For some of this, I'm actually just going to go in and give a quick trim, almost like trimming or doing a haircut, simply to try to get the pads to start to form. Come into this piece here, and the parts that are all growing up, we're just going to trim them off. Seeing as it's spring and things are starting to bloom really, or not bloom, but starting to grow real good. This is all going to fill in really nicely. So we're just going to come up here and trim some of that. There's not much to do on those couple. We'll do a little trim there. And on the apex, we're just going to sort of give it a few cuts and hope we can start to get it to fill in. I said I wasn't planning on doing this one too smoothly. I'm going to start being a little more brutal with this tree and start getting these pads to thicken up. Here's the front of the tree again. To the right side, to the back, to the left side, back to the front. And today is Sunday, June 28th. Here's our big jade back. This is our front. To the right side. To the back. To the left side. Back to the front. As you can see, I added a little bit of moss to the top of the pot here, to the top of the soil. You can see how it's filled in after giving it the hedge pruning last time. So actually it's been a while, so it's time to take the wire off. I did remove a small piece of wire from up here that was very small, and I was able to get it off without breaking too many leaves. But everything else, all this rest of this wire is just too big, I believe, to try to take off without destroying too much. So unfortunately I won't be able to save too much of it, so we're going to have to cut it off. Just get started here, see what we can. See, that one's not too bad. See, I don't want to, that's my thing, is I don't want to be knocking too many leaves off. Of course, I am going to go ahead and give it another hedge pruning here in a few moments. Save what wire we can. One small piece. But I think that's it for the small ones. Everything else is pretty big. So I won't keep you here while I do all this. I'll go into high speed in a few moments. Let me pause a moment here. Grabbed a couple of old towels to throw in here, so that anything that falls off will be easier to clean up, and I won't have a whole lot to try to take off the top there. Now back to high speed. So here we are, back to the front. I believe I've got all the wire off. There wasn't really that much on it, and the branches seem to be staying in place pretty decently for the moment. So we'll still go ahead and get it cleaned up. Let me just grab these chunks of wire here. I do have a little box I throw all this in, and I throw it into recycling. Now we'll get it covered back up so when we start our pruning, like with that, it'll be easier to keep clean. I am mostly going to do a hedge prune again. I will pick a few spots to do some specific pruning, but for the most part, I'm pretty much just going to come through and try and flatten everything out. Now here, I'm going to separate out these pads. I do want to take this one back and take this leaf off and get that branch to shoot that way. I don't need that on the inside there. Come down here, we can do a little prune. Let's see, I'll take that back a little bit more. Take that one, take that. So that's got those few pads there. Now we'll come over to this one. Bring that back. Bring that back. Let's see. And we do need to bring this one back in farther because that one below it needs to be longer. And now for an apex. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay. Like I said, we're just going to keep hedge pruning it and keep shearing it and let it all fill in. As you can see, these pads have thickened up quite a bit in the last couple of months since we did this back in April. So there's a piece coming down there that we don't need. That's what I need to look for, is pieces going down. There we go, there's one. There we go. That was going a little too straight up. So I'm going to continue to give it a lot of fertilizer here the next few months, and I'll show you an update in a few more months, 2-3 more months. And like I said, it should be filled in a whole lot more. I'll go ahead and clean this off, and we'll show you a carnage cam here. Here we go. Here's our carnage cam of what we took off our big jade, the big portulacaria. Bring you back here. Hopefully the tree's still mostly in view there. And back to the front, to the right side, to the back. So there's one little piece back in here, like I said, going straight down. We don't want that. And we'll take that back a little bit there. I've got, a nice little pad here. This one could probably be brought back a little bit smaller. This pad, it is a bit bigger than the one below it, but let's see if I bring that back to there. Oh, there was just a big chunk in there. So bring that back. And bring that back. There. Now that looks a bit more in scale with the rest of the tree, with those two back branches. I know that they are kind of ladder branches, but you can't really help that. Of course, I don't really mind it that much either. I really like the way this tree is starting to look. Again, one more time, the front, the right side, the back, the left side, back to the front. Actually, let me bring that back a little bit there. Just cut that tip off. Okay, put the scissors down, as they say. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.